Thank you.
All right, so let's get to other news now. In response to escalating taxi violence in the Eastern Cape, the Transport Department there is currently spearheading the signing of a peace accord. With the conflict already costing a number of lives, the Premier has additionally assembled a 6-member task team that's tasked with devising lasting solutions, they say, to the crisis. Abongile Jantjies is part of our team in the Eastern Cape watching these developments and joins us now live. And Abongile, it's all good and well having this accord. It's a completely different story, though, having taxi associations adhere to it.
Indeed, Ayanda, well, it's quite a different, but we're yet in an effort to find an effort to get this violence out of the way for the people of the Eastern Cape, so that there may be peace amongst in the taxi industry. Well, I can tell you that a number of people have made their way inside the East London ICC. Some of them are heavily guarded. I can tell you, rifles, Ayanda, but some of them were not let in. That talks to the tensity of how tense the situation is on the ground, Ayanda, and we can only hope that this peace accord will go far and ensure that people are safe and no life is lost. You remember at Port St. John's late last year, even the Minister of Police, Bheki Cele, did go there to try and calm the situation, tagged with the Premier, Oscar Mabuyane. So those are the efforts that are being made by government to ensure that taxi violence is a thing of the past in the Eastern Cape. But to tell us more about this peace accord, let's bring in the spokesperson of the Transport Department, Unati Bingwase. Sir, thanks a lot for your time. Take us through what is happening today.
Look, this is one of the desperate efforts that we as the province of the Eastern Cape are putting in to end this violence that has claimed so many lives in our province. One of the efforts to ensure that we silence the guns, we end this bloodbath. Everybody would remember, particularly those who are viewers of SABC, would remember what happened in Port St. John's on the 16th of January this year, where there was a full-on gun confrontation between two rival taxi organizations, and we as government cannot fold our hands and watch while our people are killing each other over something that at times they find it even hard themselves to explain what the real fight is about. And the fact that we've invited them here for this peace accord is an indication of an appetite from government to end this violence. And of course, the fact that they've also presented themselves here for the signing of this peace accord gives us hope that even on their side there is an appetite to see an end to this, because many of them have seen their brothers and sisters even being killed here. We're talking about even children of owners also having been shot and killed in this violence. So things like this cannot be allowed to happen unabated. We've seen the Premier of the province, Mr. Mabuyane, I think it was in August 2022, when he set up a team to also take a closer look into this taxi violence. So what is happening here is complementary to what the Premier had done to try and bring about peace in the taxi industry.
Onati, what are the reasons for this taxi violence in the province? Some people allude to routes, some people allude to lucrative contracts from the department, one might allude to scholar transport, but let's just hearsay. From your gathering, what have you gathered?
Look, the committee that was set up by the Premier may have, pardon me for this, may have a better idea of what the exact reasons are, because they did a thorough research on what these reasons are. But when you put them under one roof to find out exactly what the issue is, just like you were saying, you come up with a lot of reasons for it. So it may be a plethora of things that have led to this conduct. But whatever they are, they cannot be allowed to continue as they are now, because we're talking about heads of families that are losing their lives, and if it escalates, it is going in the end going to affect you and I. I'm talking about commuters who depend on the taxi industry to commute to and from school, and we are talking here about people who are also involved in the scholar transport industry. If they continue fighting, what will happen when they are carrying our children to school? Will they perhaps attack each other on that? So we need to try and avert those things. That is why we brought them under this one roof to get them to sign this accord. But of course, like I'm saying, we respect them for presenting themselves here, and we are hopeful that what they are bringing here, the reason that has brought them here is an appetite on their side to also see an end to this violence.
Thanks a lot for your time. Well, we shall see whether this peace accord will ensure that violence is a thing of the past, Ayana. That was Unati Bengosa, the spokesperson for the Transport Department here in the Eastern Cape. Well, we shall bring you more as the day unfolds. We also want to step inside so that we can listen for ourselves what the reasons are, as there's much speculation of this gun violence, of this taxi violence, but hopefully today we'll have a better understanding of where it stems from and how it will be brought to an end.